And President Donald Trump has reignited tensions in the US-EU trade relationship. He has recommended a steep 50% tariff on European Union goods set to begin on June 1st. Well, this means that a perfume imported from the US from Europe costing some $1,000 currently will cost $1,500 if Trump makes good on his 50% tariff threat. Well, this would significantly increase the current baseline tariff of 10% and follow the paused 20% tariff on certain EU products. Trump criticized the EU, saying it was formed primarily to take advantage of the United States in trade negotiations that he described as going nowhere. European leaders responded strongly, calling for de-escalation.
I'm not looking for a deal. I mean, we've set the deal. It's at 50%. But again, there is no tariff if they build their plant here. Now, if somebody comes in and wants to build a plant here, I can talk to them about a little bit of a delay. But, while they're building their plant, which is something I think that would be appropriate, maybe we'll determine that.
France's trade minister emphasized a readiness to respond, but stressed the importance of calming tensions, while Ireland's prime minister labelled the tariff threat as enormously disappointing and harmful to all parties involved. Wall Street initially dropped on the news before recovering some losses. Now, to put things in context, the United States was the European Union's largest export partner in 2024, accounting for 20.6% of EU exports, according to Eurostat. Key sectors potentially impacted by the tariffs include pharmaceuticals, which made up to around 120 billion euros in exports to the United States. Automakers also face significant exposure as the US presents 22% of EU vehicles export, including brands like Mercedes-Benz, Volkswagen and Volvo. Airbus, a major player in aerospace, delivers about 12% on its jets to the US market, where tariff threats could disrupt operations. The EU's alcohol exports to the US totaled nearly 9 billion euros in 2024, and cosmetics export was valued at over $10 billion, with French companies like L'Oreal among the top exporters. Well, despite ongoing negotiations, progress between the US and EU has stalled, with Brussels warning it may impose retaliatory tariffs on US goods valued at nearly 100 billion euros. The Trump administration's approach includes sector-specific tariffs on automobiles, steel and aluminum, many of which remain in place. Well, US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent noted that the lower 10% tariff rate currently in effect depends on good faith negotiations, which he implied have been lacking from the EU side. While some deals have been reached with Britain and China, the EU-US trade talks face uncertainty, raising concerns about escalating tariffs and potential disruptions to billions of dollars in transatlantic trade. And for more, our correspondent Susan Tehrani has sent us this report from New York. Take a look.
President Trump has threatened a 25% tariff on all iPhones sold in the United States unless Apple moves manufacturing out of China and India and brings production back home. He also floated a 50% tariff on EU imports, escalating global trade tensions. As for now, Apple hasn't officially issued a response, but the company is quietly increasing production in India, aiming to shift up to 65% of iPhone manufacturing there by the fall. Analysts warn that removing operations to the United States would skyrocket costs, potentially pricing iPhones over $3,000. Following Trump's remarks, Apple shares fell 2.6%, wiping out around $70 billion in market value and rattling broader markets as well. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.